Hey guys, it's Timmer with TalkingTech.com, and in this video I have an unboxing of the HTC One M8, HTC's 2014 flagship smartphone, the successor to the HTC One M7, and this phone is renowned for a lot of different things. First things first, it has an all-metal construction, and it just feels very premium. Second thing is that it has two cameras on it. This is called the duo camera, and it's for refocusing a shot after you've taken it. The phone also has two really nice speakers called Boom Sound, so we'll have to see how that is. And it runs Android 4.4 KitKat along with the HTC Sense skin, so it has Blink feed as well as HTC Zoe and stuff like that. Speaking of specs, the phone features a 2.3 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 CPU, 2 gigs of RAM, it has a 5-inch 1080p screen, it has a micro SD card slot, which is something really cool that I've never had before in any of my smartphones. I mentioned earlier that it has Boom Sound and the dual camera. It has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and one thing that I forgot to mention is that the dual camera's main camera is actually 4 ultra pixels, which is actually 4 big megapixels. Jumping into the box, there's actually this little card here that tells you that HTC will replace your cracked screen one time if that does happen. And you also get software update commitments and 50 gigs of free storage. But pulling out the phone from the box, we'll set it aside and take a look at it in a couple seconds. We got to take a look at the accessories real quick, but there's just these little pamphlets right here, get started guide. And the accessories that come with the HTC One M8 are, first of all, this pair of earphones, which actually look kind of nice. They're cheap, but they're free, and they'll get the job done. They've got an inline remote. The next thing that comes with the HTC M8 is this really nice micro USB cable. It's very well built, very tough. And there's also this HTC branded wall power brick for charging. Finally, here we have the phone itself. This wrapping just tells you where each part is, but peeling the phone off, you can already start to see what it looks like. And I have the gunmetal color. I think I forgot to mention that earlier, but it also comes in amber, gold, and in silver. On first impression, I can definitely tell you that this is the nicest phone I have ever used. More nice than the iPhone 5S. It just feels sturdy, solid, and the metal construction just makes it feel very premium, very high quality. And I'm a huge fan of the brushed aluminum. It just makes the phone look very, very nice over something like a plastic back and a plastic build in general. So I'm very fond of that. Taking a look at the front of the phone, you can see where the Boom Sound dual speakers are. There's one on the top and one on the bottom of the screen. It's a perfect placement for speakers on the phone. Next to the top Boom Sound speaker, there's the 5 megapixel front-facing camera on the top right side. I'm also a huge fan of how on the top and the bottom of the front screen of the phone, there's just 2 sheets of metal. It makes the phone look even nicer than it already is. Moving over to the back of the phone, you have your 2 cameras. The main one is the 4 ultra pixel shooter, and the other one is utilized to store depth information, so you can refocus the shot afterwards, like I said earlier. So I'm excited to see how the duo camera feature works. Taking a look at the right of the phone, you actually have your volume up and down buttons, which is a very weird placement for buttons. I'm not used to that at all on my other Android phones. You also have your micro SD card slot on that right side, so that's for expandability. On the top of the phone, you actually have your IR blaster throughout this whole panel, as well as the power button. And on the left side of the phone, there is the nano SIM card slot tray. On the bottom of the phone, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, and next to that, you have your micro USB port for charging. Here's a quick software walkthrough of the HTC One M8. On first impressions, I'm very fond of how the UI looks. It reminds me a lot of Android 4.4 KitKat stock, and that's very good because stock Android is my favorite. But one thing that I want to show you guys is just this quick feature called, I believe, Motion Launch. It's where you tap the phone twice, or you slide your fingers from the right side, or slide your finger from the left side, and it wakes your phone up. That's very cool because, like I mentioned earlier, the button placement on the phone is horrible. I hate having the home button on the top of the phone, and I hate having the volume rockers on the right. So it's very awesome having this motion launch feature where you just tap your phone, and I'm definitely going to be using this because I don't want to get unused to my Nexus 5 button placement. I really do love the Nexus 5 button placement, but I really do hate the HTC One M8 placement. But here's Blink feed. I wanted to show you guys that as well. This comes with HTC Sense 6, and it's essentially Flipboard, but HTC's version. And if you don't know what that is, what Flipboard is, or what Blink Feed is, it basically just shoots you a whole bunch of different compiled information. I'll get into Blink Feed completely in my full review of the HTC M8, which is actually coming next week very soon because I've had the chance to play with the phone for a while. But one thing that I want to demo in the unboxing and overview video is the dual camera, because how would I leave you guys hanging like that? But here I just took a quick snap in my studio of my smartphone and I focused it on my smartphone. But when I turn on U-Focus, I can essentially just tap anywhere on the picture and I can refocus to that space in the shot. It actually works pretty alright. It sometimes seems artificial, which is kind of unfortunate. I really do hope HTC fixes that to make it seem more legit, but it does a pretty nice job. You just tap and it kind of gets the job done, refocusing and blurring out the background and foreground or wherever you tap. But anyway, guys, this has been it for my HTC One M8 unboxing and overview. I know I was late to the game to making this coverage, but trust me, I have the review coming soon and the HTC One M8 versus Nexus 5 videos coming. Let me know what other kind of videos you want to see. And I also have Galaxy S5 coverage coming soon as well, and this week because I'm on spring break right now. So tons of videos to come soon. Be sure to press the subscribe button if you want to see more consumer tech content on these two popular new smartphones. Catch you guys in the next video.